New numbers just came out, and if you're buying or selling in Houston right now, this changes how you should be playing the game. Houston is now the third largest buyer's market in the entire country, and the gap between buyers and sellers grew faster here last month than almost anywhere else in America. So in today's video, I'm breaking down exactly what the new data from Redfin says about Houston and what it means if you're relocating or buying right now, or what it means if you're sitting on a house trying to sell it, because those are very different conversations. My name is Danny. I'm with the Living in Houston, Texas Suburbs channel, and I help families just like you figuring out how to move into Houston, Texas and the suburbs around it. So here's what just came out. Redfin tracks the number of active sellers versus active buyers in every major metro market in the country. And in June, Houston had roughly 124% more sellers than buyers. That makes Houston the third strongest buyers market in the entire United States, behind only Miami, Nashville, and ahead of San Antonio and Austin. But here's the part that actually matters more than the ranking. That gap didn't just show up, it jumped. Houston went from about 104% more sellers than buyers in May to 124% in June. That's roughly a 20% jump in a single month, and that was the single largest increase in any metro area in the country. Nationally, there are about 48.5% more sellers than buyers right now. That's across the country. Houston is running at more than double that. So to put that in plain English, there are a lot more homes on the market right now than there are people who are actively looking to buy them. That is not a guess. That is real data. That's inventory sitting on the market. Okay, so let's start by talking about what this means if you're buying a home. If you're relocating from a place that has high property taxes and high home values like California, Illinois, New York, this is genuinely good news for you, and I want to be straight about why. When sellers outnumber buyers by this much, it means you have leverage. That means there's more room to negotiate on price, more sellers willing to cover closing costs or even pay for repairs after inspection, and it's a lot less risk of you getting in a bidding war on a home that you actually want. But here's the part that most people get wrong. They assume buyer's market means every home is a deal. It doesn't. New construction in fast-growing communities like Sunterra, Ellison, Jordan, there is still a strong demand for a certain floor plan and lot types. So the builders aren't necessarily negotiating that hard. Where you'll find the most room to negotiate is on a resale home that's been sitting on the market, and in communities where builders have released more phases than the current pace of buyers can absorb. So that's what's exactly driving the Houston numbers right now. Years of steady home building have given buyers way more inventory to choose from, while affordability and mortgage rates keep a lot of buyers on the sidelines. So quick note before going forward, if you're seriously thinking about making a move to Houston, Texas, or trying to figure out where the next place or whether it's the right time to make an offer, please don't hesitate to reach out. All of my contact information is located in the description below. I'd love to schedule a quick 15-minute call with you to talk about your goals and see if we can help you out. So let's talk about the other half of you watching this, because if you're trying to sell a home in Houston right now, the data means something completely different. And I'd rather tell you the truth than have you find out the hard way 3 months into a stale listing. So I'm gonna be straight with you. A market where sellers outnumber buyers more than 2 to 1 is not a market where you can price aggressively and expect multiple offers. That strategy worked in 2021. It doesn't work in 2026. If your home has been sitting on the market for a while, the number one reason, more often than condition or more often than location, is price. Price to relative what it's actually competing against right now. So here's what I'm telling sellers this month. Price to the market you're actually in, not the market from a few years ago. Go through your house and do a pre-inspection. Look at things that you need to get fixed. Take care of those things beforehand and be ready to negotiate on repairs and closing costs, because buyers have so many options right now and they know it. The good news, and this is real, is that Houston has a strong underlying demand from people relocating, from families coming here from other places. Because of the strong job market and the lower cost of living, people are still moving here. So that is a good thing. And homes that are priced right, in the right school zones, with the right updates, are still moving. It's the ones that are overpriced that are sitting for 90+ days. So here's what buyers and sellers should actually do right now. Here's the decision framework, whether you're on either side of this. If you're buying, don't wait for the market to somehow get better than this. 124% seller surplus with rates still elevated is about as much leverage as buyers have had in years. Get yourself pre-approved. Target homes that have been sitting on the market 45+ days and negotiate. Don't ask politely, negotiate. Actually negotiate the price. Ask for a rate buy down. Ask for closing cost credits. Ask for repair credits. Most sellers right now expect it. But if you're on the other side, if you're actually selling your house, don't test the market with an aggressive high price, hoping someone's going to fall in love with your home just because you love it. Price it where the comps actually are today, not 6 months ago, and definitely not a year ago. And if you don't have to sell right now, then wait for a season with less competing inventory. That is a legitimate strategy too. I can run those numbers with you specifically for your neighborhood and for your timeline. But either way, whether you're buying or selling, the local numbers matter more than the headlines. A 48% surplus nationally sounds notable. 120% surplus in Houston definitely indicates that we are in a buyer's market, and that tells you that this is a genuinely specific Texas story right now, driven by how much has been built over here on the last several years. So here's the information I want you to walk away with this video with. Houston is now the third strongest buyer's market in the country, and that gap grew faster here in the last month than almost anywhere else in America. And it means something different depending upon which side of the transaction you're on. If you're buying, you have real leverage. Use it. If you're selling, price to today's market. Make sure your property is market ready. Don't price it against last year's prices. If you want help figuring out exactly where your specific situation lands, whether it's finding a home with real negotiating room or pricing your home exactly to what sells in this market, book a free consultation below. There's a link below. You can schedule a 15-minute call with me. We can get on the phone and I can talk about your needs and tell you how I can help you specifically to find a great deal in this market. My name is Danny. Thanks for tuning in to today's video. If you've enjoyed it, please like it and share it with one of your friends who maybe has a question about the Houston suburbs market right now. Look forward to seeing you on the next video.